I was wondering, why'd you, like, your real name's Amru, right?
It's Amru, yeah.
Yeah, why'd you change your name?
Why'd I change it?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't know what the hell my parents were smoking,
Right.
but they made my government name Amru because I think they thought that Amru would be too hard for Americans to understand or say. So that was like their attempt at an Americanized name, which is kind of funny, but it doesn't make sense. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why, yeah. That's
Okay.
literally that's why.
How old were you when you, like, officially changed it to Myron?
I never changed it officially.
Oh.
Still my government name.
You just go by Myron?
I never changed. Yeah, that's another misconception from. They'll say you changed your name.
Okay,
I didn't.
okay.
I never did. The reason why I use the name Myron is because when I started doing the social media thing, I was still working for the government and had a clearance. And since I have a unique name, if you typed in my name on Google, my government name, like criminal complaints on like cases that I did would come back because all federal cases are fairly easy to find on Pacer. So that's the only reason why I use the stage name. But like once I left the government, the name just stuck. But I never ever changed my government name. Still the same one.
Okay. No, that was the only question I had.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, don't believe the idiots online, bro. Like my haters are fucking 50 IQ. Why'd you change your name?
What's up, Myron?
Yep. Okay, yeah. So let's get some disagreeers to line up. By the way, guys, if you disagree, if you guys can make like a quick little line on the side, so we can get some, some good discourse going. Because I think talking it out is always good. Beans, you want to handle that? Yeah, right. Okay, Beans over here. Like, see the guy right here in the tan hoodie. It's kind of funny. His name is Beans, and he's a bean. But yeah, right there, the tan hoodie. Yeah, just if you're a disagreeer, just like kind of set up right by him, and he'll hook you up. You can sit down in that area or whatever. You don't have to like stand if you don't want to. What's up, man?
What's up, Myron? It's good to meet you, man. I'm a big fan of what you do, and I actually had a quick question. How is your job and line of work, like doing all this debating stuff, been affected after the Charlie Kirk assassination? Like, do you think like you're more threatened to do this, or
good question. Look, it shook me up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It definitely did shake me up a little bit because, at the time, me and Charlie were like the only ones really doing this. But yeah, when he got assassinated, I was like, what the fuck? Because we actually had me and Sean. Shout out to Sean from Uncensored America, by the way. You guys got to thank him for being the one that the reason why we're here. But when we had a show scheduled for Asheville, North Carolina. So we had to cancel it. So it hit home for us pretty hard. But, look, I look at it like, your day is always going to come. Being scared of it, doesn't really help anybody. And, if I die, I die. Honestly, I look at it like that. Like I'm not scared of death. So it's guaranteed, right? Two things that are guaranteed are taxes and death and headaches from women. 3. So so it is what it is, man. So obviously, we take a bit more precaution in the way that we move, but I'm not gonna let these fucking radical leftists or these other people like bully us into not doing this stuff because I do think that the message is important and guys need to hear this stuff. And hell, even my dissenters, like progressives that don't agree with me, I think having a discussion on some of this stuff is very healthy discourse that allows other people to kind of make their own decisions.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
No worries, bro. Hello. Oh, first woman. Okay.
Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Good, thanks. Okay. Throughout this whole night, you've kind of been saying a lot of things about modern women and how, like, I think you referenced something how you were talking to someone and women now are changed from the way they were before. Do you know why that is?
Why women are no longer the way that they used to be?
Yeah, like in what way have they changed and why have they changed?
Oh, okay. I mean, feminism is the main reason.
Right, but why is there feminism? What thing are they having to go against that is causing them to want to make a change? Well,
what they try to rebel against is this, patriarchy that they complain about. But yeah, I mean, basically what we have now is like women have, bought into the feminism mantra of, get a career, make money, put family on the back end. Being a mom and a wife isn't really respected. It's kind of actually, if anything, made fun of and shamed.
Well, I don't think it's not respected. I just think women are going against the idea that they need to be givers. I mean, do you think the only role of a woman is to be a giver?
Yeah.
Okay, and so let me ask you this: do you think human beings need to give?
It's the least you guys can do.
Do you think human beings need to give and take in order to survive?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then you don't think women are human. If a woman is supposed to be a giver, you're expecting women to not give and take, so you're thereby dehumanizing women with that statement.
Well, the problem is that women tend to take, and then almost never give. Women by definition are value extractors. Your entire mating process, your entire mating strategy is an extraction process.
Right, but for women, if they're
see how she glossed over that?
Sorry, what?
No, because I said the female dating strategy, the female mating strategy is literally an extractionary one at that. So women are literally designed to extract value, like from men. This is why you guys look for partners that are superior to in every way. This is what hypergamy is.
Right, but women are designed to extract value, and when men aren't providing any value, that's why women are then changing. That's why women are becoming modern in a sense and not giving men exactly what they need because they have their own ambitions.
Well, that's fine. You can go ahead and have your own ambitions, right?
Right.
I don't.
But I can't because you say my only role is to be a giver, right? So I can't have ambitions.
No. Women have ambitions and they're acting upon it, but we don't tell them the truth. Like what I think is, because I get it that we live in an inflationary world where things are expensive and everything else like that.
Right.
But what we need to do is be honest with women and tell them basically this. If you're going to pursue having a career, making a lot of money, and putting a family on the back end, don't be surprised when your ideal guy doesn't want you back in return, because the things that women look for in a man are not necessarily what men look for in a woman. A woman wants security, provisioning, a career, leadership, competency. We don't care about any of that. So when women are going to school and making money and increasing their status, you're not really doing anything to make yourself more appealable for a male partner.
Right, but you think women are going to school because they're trying to become educated so that they can do these things and not have to put up with only being givers? The reason women are going to school is so that they now know that they can do better than marry a man that only wants a woman to provide for him. And when you talk about these men not being able to find these women, you have a ton of men coming up here saying that they can't find a girl. I think the roles are reversed based on this debate. So you're kind of going back on what you said about who's
the reason
looking for who.
the reason why women can't find a guy is because your guys' standards are too damn high.
Right, but I don't think women are looking for guys because the standards are high.
They are. The problem is that they don't qualify.
I'm personally not.
You're not looking for a guy?
No.
Okay.
Because right now, I'm not looking. I'm following my career. I'm doing what I want to do because I think right now the norms have changed. As you've said, women have changed and there are modern women because we realize that we want to be more than givers. I want to be a giver and a taker because I am a human being the same way that you are a human being.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go ahead and be a giver or taker or whatever you call it. But what I'm saying is
that's what I call it.
What I'm saying is you're taking your prime years and you're putting it
Explain
towards...
prime years for me really quick.
A woman's prime years are between 18 to 24 or 25.
No, I don't need the ages. I just mean, what do you define as a prime year?
That's her prime years.
When they can fertilize, is that
when they're at their highest beauty and highest fertility? Yes, that is a woman's prime.
Okay.
So so cool. If women want to go ahead and pursue that, I think we just need to educate them, like I said before.
But they are educating themselves, and you have a problem with that.
No, they're not. That's precisely the problem. Is that they think that they can go ahead and pursue the career, make all this money, get their status up, and then there's going to be Prince Charming waiting at the end. And I'm telling them that Prince Charming probably isn't going to be waiting there at the end, and you're going to have to settle for a guy that is at your level, if not worse, because you've pretty much priced yourself outside of the sexual marketplace.
What do you define as Prince Charming? A guy who respects a woman and sees them as human, or a guy who doesn't?
Well, what women typically are looking for is a guy that's over 6 foot tall, making 6 figures a year, treats them nice, loves dogs, is handsome, but at the same time can tell them to shut up and that they're stupid and is an asshole. Like
they are looking for that? Sorry, I interrupted you. I didn't hear.
They're looking for all of that in one guy a lot of the times, yes.
A guy that tells them to shut up?
That can tell them to shut up, yes. An asshole.
Okay, so...
Women are attracted to, aroused by men that have the capability of standing up to them.
And I think you're just making blanket statements, because I think women are attracted to men that don't view them only as objects and view them as givers. My Prince Charming personally is a guy who respects that I am human and respects that I have the same ambitions that any other guy or woman can have.
It's kind of interesting.
You're generalizing it and you're making women out to be the villain. Yeah, I'm not making men out to be the villain. I'm not.
Here's the thing. I find it interesting when women say this, like, oh no, I just want a guy that's going to respect my blah, blah, blah. If I take what women say they're attracted to and I look at the last 10 guys they fucked, it's going to be completely opposite. Like what women say they're attracted to versus what they're actually attracted to are two different things, which is why, again, I don't listen to what women say, because what you guys are aroused by literally is the complete opposite of what you guys say publicly. Huh?
What is a man aroused by? Because you're
we're
saying
pretty
all
honest
these
about
things
it.
about these women sleeping with guys,
we want
but
big
then I'm
tits,
going to turn
nice
it back
ass,
on you.
doesn't talk too much, right? Like we're pretty simple about it. But women will sit there and say, I want a nice guy that's going to treat me well, but then you guys go fuck the bad boy that tells you you're a slut.
Right,
so
but that's not true, because you're just generalizing. You're taking multiple types of women. I don't agree with
Why is the phrase
many
nice
women.
guys finish last such a thing?
Like, what are you?
Why do a minority of the men on campus fuck the majority of the girls? Why do the athletes and the frat boys fuck a majority of the girls, even though they're assholes?
All you're doing is generalizing and saying these
The
things.
world
that
works
some
on
women
generalities.
Say and some don't. I
The
haven't
world
said
works-
those things.
Okay,
The
so-
same way some men haven't said the things that you say. So by generalizing each gender to something that one person says, it's actively making it so that nothing can be solved. I don't agree with some feminist standpoints. I don't agree with some other standpoints of women, but I'm not generalizing what they're all saying in the same way that you are right now.
The world operates on generalities, and to dismiss that is low IQ. Like, the world operates on generalities. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, we can go ahead and go into specific people or exceptions to the rule or whatever, but that's low IQ. The reality is that women have certain things that they look for in a man, and a man has certain things that he looks for in a woman. When a woman builds up her career and earns money and status, these are not things that men really care about. Okay, at all. Like, we don't, and I would argue the more money and status we acquire, the less we care about a woman getting that. So, like, you know, if you want to go ahead and pursue, like, I'll give you an example.
Why does it have to be that you care about it, though? Why can't you love a woman and then her like having ambition? Why does it have to be that you like a woman because she has ambition or vice versa? Why
Well,
do
that-
they have to?
That statement,
Why can't they just coexist?
That statement precisely identifies the problem. Women don't give a fuck about what men want. Thank you for proving my point.
What?
You just said why should it be that way? Like, you said, okay, what? Let me rephrase what you just
Okay,
said back
yeah,
in Woman East
sure.
to you. Men, right, have to understand what women want to get attention from women and or have sexual access. Women, on the other hand, don't have to know or understand men to get attention from men. And I would take it a step further. Not only do you guys not have to do it, you guys don't want to do it because you know that men are going to come to you no matter what. So when women go ahead and pursue a career and make money and those other stuff, it doesn't benefit us, but you guys are like, fuck it, I don't care what you want. I'm going to do what I want to do, and then you need to accept me anyway. That's the same logic as if I said, well, you know what, I'm just going to be a hobo, I'm going to be fat, I'm going to be a loser, I'm not going to be charming, and bitches should want me anyway. That doesn't work. So effectively, like, you guys make fun of incels, like, oh, you get no bitches. A lot of you guys are femcells. You're not going to get into a relationship because you guys don't do what's required or care about becoming attractive to a male partner.
You said
That's what I mean.
And I don't want to take their time, but you said women are going to not do to get in a relationship, but then you just said that women can do whatever or lack thereof and men will come to them. So I don't understand. Like, you're just completely contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not.
With those two sentences.
No,
You
I'm
are.
not. Okay. Women, right, get a lot of sexual access by existing, right?
Right.
However,
That's something you're saying. I'm not agreeing with that.
that's
okay.
no matter what you do, whether you're, you know, fat and annoying or rude or whatever, or you're a boss babe, you're gonna get a man, right? Now here's the difference. The problem is that most women can't get a guy to lock them down. Why is that? And the reason why a lot of women can't get a guy to lock them down is because most women simply don't care about what men want. So since they have this mentality of take me as I come, they don't feel the incentive to improve and be a better girlfriend and or wife eventually, and they think the guy should accept them how they come, aka their career mindset, their attitude, whatever it is. So this is why so many Western women have a hard time with getting a guy, because it's either A, the guy's not attractive enough for them, right? Or B, he is attractive enough for them, but that guy doesn't want to commit to her because he has options, because he's put himself in a position where other women want him. So if you take a guy that's very attractive, right, and has options, who do you think he's going to go for? The 29-year-old businesswoman that's a lawyer that has her own practice, or the 19-year-old or the 20-year-old that is hot, submissive, and not career-oriented? Who do you think he's going to take?
I don't know.
That's the problem. The fact that you don't know is precisely the issue why I do my show.
I don't know, because every guy is different and every person is different.
Okay.
I don't know. This is going in circles.
See
Okay.
how you don't know? But if I lined up any guy here and I asked them, hey, what do bitches want? They're all going to know what women want, but you don't know what men want. And
Right, but you're just
that's what I'm trying to say.
generalizing. You're just completely generalizing.
Men are simple.
Okay, all I was wondering is, why do you think women feel now that there's modern women and feel like they don't care about what men want? And it's because men have created that system. That is the only thing that the first question I asked, it's gone in circles. Thank you for talking. I think what you're doing here is great.
Thank you.
Have
I
a good rest of
appreciate
your
it.
night.
Yeah, no worries. I think that conversation revealed a lot, guys. Look, I told you guys before, I'll say it again. Like, women don't give a fuck about what we want, and I think that kind of proves that.
Hell no, they don't. Yeah,
Like,
they don't.
you know, it's, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you need to accept me how I come. But, like, you know, with us, we must understand women and, like, be attractive to get them in the first place. And that's modern women for you guys. Like, this is why I tell y'all, you got to make money, you got to level up, etc. Because, as you guys can see, they don't give a fuck what you guys want. It's, I'm going to do what I want to do, and then I'm gonna find my Prince Charming no matter what.
Second, what the hell is like with all these ladies with like high successful husbands just dogging on them? Like, what the fuck? Stephen Curry's wife and then that Indian dude. Like, if that happened to me, I'd DDT that chick.
Yeah. You know, dude, it's like I said, we live in a society. I truly do think that we live in like a gynocentric social order, like where, you know, obviously the patriarchy is responsible for defense and protection and, you know, creating society, but the social order that we have is a female first gynocentric social order. And, you know, we think that the female way of thinking and doing things is the appropriate way, which is a big fucking problem and why we're cucked.
All right, I got another point.
All right, go ahead.
So on Instagram, we're seeing all these things online and seeing all the sodomy and all the degeneracy social media. It's got me thinking something. Ted Kaczynski was right.
Well, I mean, he did predict a lot of the stuff when it comes to technology and
Am I
how it would
wrong?
change things, you know, with AI and everything else like that. He passed away actually not too long ago, so.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Yeah. No, he died in jail.
No, he killed himself in jail.
He actually did it?
Yeah, he was sick and he just was like, fuck it.
Oh,
You
wow. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, no, he predicted a lot of this stuff, so it's interesting. All right, man, thank you. Yeah, haters only now. Let's go with haters. Or a disagreement.
I disagree.
Okay, sure. What do you disagree with?
I agree with like a lot of what you say, but I'm a Christian, and I think that why do you think that you should promote men to sleep with a lot of women? Don't you think it could be more powerful to teach them to deny themselves, and that can kind of improve the women also because they'll view those men as the high value men?
No, that's a very fair criticism. So the reason why is because, unfortunately, it's not 1955, it's 2025, and women are more promiscuous now than ever before. And not only are they more promiscuous, but we have a marriage institution that's set up for them to exploit and destroy you and extract value while you get nothing in return. So I'd be remiss if I didn't tell men the truth about modern women and how they operate, because unfortunately, though Christianity solves a lot of problems and religion is great, the new normal does everything in its power to destroy men for following that. So just because you're devout and you believe in God doesn't mean that she does, right? And then also on top of that, even if she does say, I fear God and everything else like that, she reserves the right at any time to become secular and divorce you and destroy your life. So that's why I'm very, that's why I'm very cautious when I tell guys like, look, believe in Jesus, go to church, that's fine. But just because you fear God doesn't mean that she won't.
That's it.
No worries, man.
Thank you.
Who's up next? Yeah, disagreements only for now, guys.
How's it going, Myron?
Yo.
Kind of just to second what he just said. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and what you just said about religion and Christianity being powerful, I don't neglect that, but I think the truth lies in Jesus Christ, and that's what I think this country's missing most. What you said about religion being powerful, I think a lot of people are falling into the trap of what they're consuming, both literally and metaphorically, in this country. I think a lot of it lies in nutritional lies, media lies, whether it be music or what they're watching on TV. Like here at Ohio State, it's a bit of a party school, and so like a daily routine of a guy literally might be wake up, rip his Geek Bar, go eat like chicken tenders and watch Love Island, and that's like not an over-exaggeration. And so I think what a lot of people are circling on here is what's the truth and how can we improve this country? Like you said, it was founded on Christian values. But then again, what you just said about religion, I don't think that's powerful. I think Jesus Christ is powerful. And what he just said about women and just, not sleeping with a lot of women, if you deny yourself, like in the Bible, the most powerful man was defeated by Christ. So I think I would rather go my whole life just without a woman if it meant giving in to the sinful nature of the country and what we're seeing, because I do believe we're a country run by Satan. And so how, whether it be if you accept Jesus Christ as the truth or a man like you who's a Muslim, how do you think we can deny those, kind of satanic lies that we're being fed?
Well, I mean, first is, education and understanding, and knowing what you're up against and, how we stand. But like I said, I think if guys want to deal with, with women, modern women, you need to be aware of these things and how they move. Because like I said before, just because you fear God doesn't mean that they won't. That they won't. So my thing is I just want guys to go into this relationship thing with their eyes wide open because women have changed significantly. Yeah. And I would argue not only have they changed, but they've changed to your detriment, and they're encouraged to do so, right? You know, men are taught do what's right, women are taught do what's right for you, right? Oh, if you're not happy in a relationship, just divorce them. Like that's kind of where we are now. Like a man will, make himself miserable to keep his family. A woman will destroy her family so that she won't be miserable. Two different things that we're told. So just as long as guys understand this and find a woman that has a very similar worldview that fears God, that's what I'm saying. But the days of finding a girl and knowing that she's going to not be a 304 and she's going to be God-fearing, that's a fantasy, man, unfortunately.
I do agree with you on that notion, and I'm not saying the country and the world changing is a direct correlation with women changing, but I think, understanding that where we are as a country and a society is, one that's kind of damned. And again, as a follower of Jesus Christ, I do believe we're living in the times of revelation. And if you read scripture, where we are in society, and that might match and be a correspondent with where women are, and maybe if they fall victim of the standards being set. But then I encourage you to maybe have people on your podcast like you keep doing, but just kind of bring men and women, whoever, to spread religion, whether it may be. But I respect obviously you as a Muslim and other Christians here, but I think it's kind of us as Americans are losing the identity of Christianity, in my opinion, but all religion, and I think that's just really hurting our society. So if you have any disagreements with that.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I think losing, side of God and religion in general creates a lot of problems. Yeah. I agree with that. My thing is, I agree with it, and that's precisely why I say guys need to navigate in this way now, because I do agree with that. If I didn't agree with that, I would just say, no, just keep doing what you're doing, like pretend it's 1955. No, I agree with you, which is why that's one of the ways that I think is a solution. Sure. There's other ways, but that's just one of them.
And then one conclusive statement is,
then we'll go to the next guy.
Why aren't we being shown the Epstein files?
Man, the Epstein situation is a very, that's a complex situation. I've kind of explained this, but the reality is it's not just the FBI that's responsible. It's also going to be the entire IC or intelligence community. Because I guarantee the CIA, NSA, all these different agencies have files on Epstein as well, because we know Epstein was a foreign asset, and if he's a foreign asset, by definition, that means the CIA is going to have a file on him. So I think we need to start asking Tulsi Gabbard questions, because she's the head of the IC pretty much as a DNI, and the FBI only has a portion of the stuff that we're trying to see. So we'll see what happens, but I do think that the whole Epstein file debacle is one of the biggest L's for the Trump administration. So.
Appreciate
no worries, man. Thank you. All right, let's get a disagreement or.
Yeah, sup. Disagreement, a question. I'm back.
Yeah.
So like for your big thing, like initially you were saying 35, 6 figures, 6 months of savings, and like sleep with 50 women, right?
Yep.
Well, my only question is, like, I agree with most of that. I really do. I agree with most of the stuff. But one thing, like, how can every guy sleep with 50 women and then there still be chaste women? That's kind of what I'm confused about.
And still be what?
Like
chaste women?
Yeah, like good women.
Well, the reality is most guys are not going to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the thing is that most men are virtually invisible to most women.
I know I am.
Yeah. So, like, yeah. So like, it's only going to be a few guys that decide to do the work anyway, because most guys don't want to do all that.
And then another thing, this is like a psychology thing. I mean, not, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of, like, Bible thumpers, Quran thumpers, Torah thumpers. Like, for example, like, I saw Matt Walsh. He was going off on you and a couple other people. And he was...
No, he went off on me? Shit, what I do this time?
Well, yeah, I don't know, Tuesday. But,
Okay.
He was going off, and he was like, the divorce rate isn't 50, it's 33, idiot. And I'm like, well, that's still fucking a third. What, like, how much better is that? Like,
Yeah.
what's with them thinking that we're still in the 50s and still in this age where that's, like, attainable? It's fucking nuts. I mean, look around.
Well, that's the problem with, like, trad cons and, a lot of these, like, influencers. Like, they don't live in the real world a lot of times. Like, Matt Walsh is like, I'm married, why can't you make it? Like, he doesn't understand that, like, the women that young men have now are not the same young women that he grew up with. You know what I mean? Hell, like even the girls from my generation are different because they didn't have social media and grow up with a cell phone like your guys' generation. So they're completely out of tune and out of touch with what young men deal with. And this is a big reason why, so many of these tradcon influencers, like their base is older. They're not young men, right? That's why guys like me and Nick and others, like we get it. Like and that's why we resonate a lot better with younger men because we know what the fuck you guys are going through. These guys are fucking completely delusional and don't know what's going on.
It's kind of frustrating to watch because it's like, you see, they'll even have kids our age and they'll just still not get it. Like, I get if my dad doesn't, he's old as fuck, but like when they don't get it, it's like, and they're in the mix, seeing this stuff. So I just never got it,
Yeah, they're. That's one of the biggest blind spots that a lot of these trad conservatives like have is like they just don't know what it's like to deal with modern women as a young guy. Thank you, man. All right. Who's up next?
Hello, I got a question. It's more like it's about I can't even say.
Trannies?
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Just call them trannies. I just call them trannies. It's fine. It's easier.
Can you name a single major, and I'm not very educated, so it's more like I want to see your opinions on it.
Yeah.
But can you name a major medical or psychological organization that classifies being transgender as a mental illness?
Well, they'll never do that.
Well, why is that?
They would consider it unethical and fucked up. They would never do that. So that's like me just being a real nigga and saying it. But like they would never ever do that.
Yeah. So why would you consider it a mental illness?
Because there's two genders, and if you don't understand what gender you are, something's wrong with you. And a lot of these people tend to have issues with being something like 80 or 90% of them are on some type of antidepressant medication. It's just like something is wrong with you if you don't know what bathroom you should be going to.
Okay. And so that kind of answers a little bit of my other one. Do you also believe is a mental illness since that used to be a medical view, or can medical understanding evolve?
Yeah, I think I think something's wrong with them as well, yeah.
Okay. So like overall, do you think like not like respectfully, do you think your personal beliefs like overview like medical beliefs? Because like medically, they don't think of it as like a mental illness.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna because, they don't want to be offensive. There would be all types of like ethical problems with them saying that. Like if you were to say, oh yeah, well mentally, transgenders are mentally ill, they'd be, this actually comes back to that. Remember that gynocentric social order I was talking about?
Yeah.
Like since women run, especially when it comes to the psychology industry now, women are starting to dominate there. And when it comes to that, women by nature are more communitarian and let's all be in our feelings and be nice to people and everything else like that. So of course they're not going to label transgenderism or as a mental illness, but it is. Something's wrong with these people.
Okay, but studies show that actually like people who transition tend to be like not be as depressed or have problems like that they used to face.
That's not true.
You don't
People that transition and people that have people that identify as transgenders overwhelmingly have mental issues and have a high rate of being on antidepressant medication or being on some type of mental medication.
Was that before or after they transitioned?
Both.
Okay, so you think it like after they transition, it would rise up rather than like lower?
Well, I don't know. Everyone's different, but I think putting in hormone blockers or putting in hormones in you in general is going to probably lead to some instabilities.
Okay, so you think
it's not natural.
So you think there's more like negatives rather than positives? Or do you think there's any real positives?
To trannies? They provide zero value to society. Zero value to society.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.